powered by DavidLeeImaging.com. David Lee Imaging in the Titletown Music Archive and the Live 365 app.
It's alive!
The Yeti. Welcome to the YetiRadio.com.
Don't fuck it up!
Good evening, everybody. And welcome to the Yeti Radio and the Backstage Lounge. Tonight, we have something outrageous live in studio tonight for an amazing interview. We're going to have a blast with it, but we're going to open it up with one of their new songs, and it is called
The Bad Crash Aftermath Part 2.
Ooh. The Bad Crash Aftermath Part Dos.
Part Dos.
Right here on the Yeti Radio.
Yeah, I'll take Dos.
I did this to myself. My lips up on a shelf. I did this to myself. I'll never be like anyone else. My arms are gone. My legs are gone. I'm in a bed. I'm almost dead. It's been so long. So what went wrong? Blood in the trace. Why was it me? Consciousness caused by my obsessiveness. Living life to learn to live. Learn a life like a is to live. I did it to myself. My lips up on a shelf. I did this to myself. I'll never be like anyone else. My arms are gone. My legs are gone. I'm in a bed. I'm almost dead. It's been so long. So what went wrong? Blood in the trace. Why was it me?
It's the Backstage Lounge on the Yeti Radio. Please welcome something outrageous. Mr. Brett Fox on vocals. Mr. Michael Meyer on drums. Ulysses Duarte on bass. And Lexus Smith on guitar. Welcome, fellas.
Hello.
How you doing?
All right. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
And let's see. All sorts of fun, crazy stuff going on for you guys.
Oh, yeah, this weekend especially.
So how long has Something Outrageous been a band? And who's original?
It started in technically 2019, but I didn't take it pretty seriously till the first record dropped in 2021, where I decided to have like a direction with it. I didn't know any of these guys at the time, but they've only made great additions thus far. So 2021, I would say, kind of officially started.
Awesome. And let's see. What got you into music?
I think it was like Green Day. Green Day was like the first band, and then it was like the Ramones and then the Misfits, and then it just kept going that way. I don't know. My mom bought me a guitar when I was a kid, and I didn't play it for a bunch of years, and then
Okay.
I started to play it. I don't know. I just taught myself. I'm not really that. I promise I'm not as impressive as it seems.
Okay.
Everyone in my band is better than me in every way, shape, and form. At every instrument. It's true.
I don't know. I was at the show. You guys seem to be a a good mash.
Oh, yeah.
You play very well together, feed off each other.
Yeah. We got a really good team here.
So, who inspires you?
For me, it's probably definitely, I would say 9 Inch Nails and Green Day are like the ones that like come out of my music a little bit. And I don't know where the rest of it comes from. Yeah. Hello? Here, we'll hand off, we'll hand off the mic back and forth.
Ah.
Close to your mouth.
Well, it was working before the show real well. I don't know what the problem is now.
Here, is this one good?
Yeah.
Here, let's do a
Is
test.
that one not good?
Gay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one's good.
Yeah.
I already know it is.
That one's real good.
I can already tell.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just mute that one.
That's what we'll do. We'll just hand it back and forth for the questionnaires, the Spaniards.
So, Green Day?
Yeah, Green Day was probably my biggest early influence.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really about it. I'm pretty basic as far as that goes.
Any individual anybody on an individual level?
Trent Reznor, 9 Inch Nails. When I discovered 9 Inch Nails, that was like a complete overhaul of my thought about music and actually being impactful was Trent Reznor.
Okay.
But I don't know. My mom used to play music that I think that if you saw my mom letting a young kid listen to music, you think she's a bad mom. I'm sure. Horrible lyrics, fun. But my mom always said that music is such an indulging thing. You shouldn't be held back, or there's no such thing as bad music. So she got me into all kinds of stuff, and I kind of thank my mom for that.
It's not so much what you do as in how you do it.
Right.
So long as
Fair.
it's all in good taste, and
Oh yeah.
that's why this is all on the World Wide Web. Protect the First Amendment as much as the Second. So
I agree. I agree with that.
all right, Michael, what got you started in music?
Well, mainly, when I was a young kid, Brett's mom got me a guitar, and I would.
So you guys grew up across the street from each other?
Yeah, no, I lived in his room. No, for me it was my dad. So when I was super young, my dad made me a cassette tape of a bunch of his music, and it was Van Halen, Boston, Rush, and a couple of I think the Rain on the Scarecrow by John Mellencamp was on there. Specifically remembered that. Great song, but
Absolutely.
that's what started for that genre, like that kind of area of my music that I like. And my mom was more into like grunge, so she liked Smashing Pumpkins, and I guess you can say they're technically grunge, but not really. But Alice in Chains and Nirvana and stuff. So my mom was super into that. Yeah,
Definitely. And at what age did you get started?
Playing the drums or listening to music? Playing.
Being a musician.
Being a musician, I would say my dad already had drums because he was a drummer.
Okay.
So I would play fiddle, if you will. Yeah. With his drums at, I would say, 4 or 5 years old. I remember specifically hitting his drums.
Okay.
And then my dad noticed, he took notice that I was actually into it. So as I got older, he kind of like, this is now his drum set, so I'm going to let him use it more than I am. But he taught me all the basic stuff I knew when I was 4 or 5.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Ulysses?
There you go.
We'll pass the mic down.
There you go, Spaniard. I'm not a Spaniard, man.
I'm not Spaniard. So, kind of in the same boat. The first real memories of music I have was probably growing up, going to church, seeing the live music that they have at church, and that had a real big impact on me, seeing live music every week. And then I think the first rock music I remember listening to was Mana. My dad would play that a lot in the car, and that was really cool. Like, I was hooked on that like at 3 years old, 2 years old. And I would say just like in the era that we grew up in, like pop punk was just like big. It was popping, you know, like early 2000s.
Right.
Pop punking. So just that always being around on the radio, on TV, and the popular culture, just I was always just intrigued by the rock star lifestyle. I always just was like, oh, I want to be a rock star when I grow up type thing. So I kind of got started both with drums and guitar. I wasn't really only drums or only guitar person. I kind of switched back and forth between the two from a very early age, you know, just playing on little toy drum sets, little toy guitars that your parents get you for Christmas and whatnot. And then once I got into 6th grade, I joined the elementary band and took it serious and joined as a percussionist and did percussion all through elementary school and high school. And then I picked up the bass when I was 14. So about 10 years ago was when I first picked up the bass because, I don't know, I was just always a rhythm guy, I guess you could say, as a percussionist. And I thought it would make an easy transition to it. And I was just like, I guess my personality kind of just lent to being a bassist, you know, being more of a working musician, kind of just humble, low key, just knowing your role and just serving the band the best way you know how.
So what? How long have you been with the band?
Oh, I joined last October.
Okay.
Was when Brett reached out to me and asked me to play bass, and I had met him probably like almost 2 years prior to that before he actually reached out to ask me to play. It was just by circumstance. I walked in a Guitar Center where he was working, and I bought some bass strings, and he's like, "You play bass?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "Well, I have a punk band." And he's like, "Oh, blah 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 blah, yada yada." Exchanged social information, and like 2 years later, it was like 2 years later that we actually like linked up and started playing music.
Oh, cool. How do you feel about that?
It's a dream come true. I could say confidently, like I'm like living the dream, playing a rock star lifestyle. Like I couldn't ask.
Brett's like, yes, I picked the right one.
Yes. No, seriously. I didn't really know what to expect when I was first coming in to meet these guys. You know, I didn't know how they were gonna be, but from the very first rehearsal, I immediately felt, you know, these are good guys. They give off good vibes. I didn't feel any sort of, you know, standoffish vibes. They're very welcoming from the first jump, and they just kind of embraced me and motivated me a lot to really play the bass for the band. And you know, they didn't ever kind of try to put me in a or corner me into a role and say just focus on doing this, you know, doing this. They kind of let me, you know, perform, which is what I like to do ultimately, is perform. And I think that shows on stage in our live shows, and definitely you're gonna hear it in the new music once that album drops tomorrow. We got some good stuff on there. Mikey is the best drummer that I've ever played with, hands down, and awesome. I can't wait for you guys to see what he's been doing.
Give that mic back to Michael for a second. Now you mentioned the cassette tape.
Yeah.
That your dad gave you with all the 80s and a little bit of the 70s. And,
yeah.
So how does that inspire you, or what did you take out of all of that to be a punk drummer? Because it's obviously two different realms.
Yeah.
So
specifically hearing Van Halen was like, so John Mellencamp aside,
right? Well, yes.
Boston aside, like, I mean, obviously Neil Peart's the best drummer of all time, in my opinion. He's my favorite drummer. He's the reason I started. Like, him and my dad are kind of like, I heard Neil Peart and I was like, I want to do that. But Van Halen is what inspired kind of like the shuffle groove that Alex does in a lot of stuff, like the do do dat do do dat do do dat. That was mainly what I heard in most punk music.
Okay.
Because I took that out of that it into my own. I was inspired with.
Awesome. A learning process for session. Just it doesn't matter the genres. You can tell a song that's put together well, and each instrument that's played well.
Yeah.
So you give it the props for the quality of what's put together.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, as far as a genre goes, it's for me is beside the point. So you using Van Halen to learn to drum and then turn it into a punk band is very interesting, extremely interesting.
I take that with the highest regard.
Definitely. We'll get over here to Lexus now. The 5-yard pass. All right, Lexus. How'd you get started?
Oh man, honestly, I was born into it, man. Like I come from a musical family on my mom's side. Like everybody in my family is a musician of some kind. Like mainly all the females are singers, and all of us guys are musicians. And you got one female on my mom's side who's mainly a musician instead of a singer. But but yeah, I grew up my whole life watching my family do stuff, whether it's like in church or at like family get-togethers or at some kind of events. And you know, I knew I wanted to be part of it. And honestly, I would say like, as soon as I learned how to walk and talk, I immediately was like, I want to be a musician. I just fell in love with music, and honestly, it was just been like a great life ever since, you know?
Okay. So what, how long you been with the band?
Oh, man, I want to say...
The newest edition.
Yeah, the newest one. I was there about, a few months? Like, 4 months, I think?
What month is it?
July.
It's June.
It's June.
It's not even that yet.
Right?
Yeah, like 4 months, maybe?
Probably right around there.
Yeah.
It was after Christmas for sure. It was probably around
Before the rock show.
Yeah. You're on
Well, we all
February?
play. Every show is a rock show.
Yeah, but yeah. I want to say at least about like 4 months I've been with the band.
Okay.
Give or take a few.
Yeah.
So when you got the word that you were the guy, how'd that feel?
So like how I joined the band, or
Well, how you joined it, and then how you felt when you got selected.
oh, okay. So
The highlights of it.
So you know, the funny thing is, Brett and I actually knew each other prior. I think like a year or so prior, because we both did modeling together. We ran into each other like a modeling gig at one point, and like I guess like we just exchanged handshakes and just moved on. But we recognized each other later. But how we actually met was we have a mutual friend who was also in the military. I was getting gas in my car one day. He called me up. He's like, "Hey, bro, how many bands are you in? How many projects are you in?" I'm like, I'm in a few. I'm doing some shows. What's going on? He says, well, I have a friend named Brett. He needs a fill-in guitarist for his band. And at first I was skeptical because I was like, I'm already doing a few more things, so I want to take on another band. But I was like, yeah, why not? I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. And ironically, Brett was actually on the other side of the line at that same phone call. So he introduced himself to me. I gave him my social. Well, actually, our friend gave him my social media, and then he sent me the band's page, where I found everything, and I found the band's YouTube, looked at the music. He sent me all the tracks to practice to. Later, I started coming to practice. Like instantly, like first practice, I was like, I like playing with these guys. These guys are really cool. They're chill, they're fun. And it was also mainly because we had a show at Starlight Lounge. I think like a week later. I think it was a week.
Okay.
So. Yeah. It's funny because originally I joined. I was in this band as a fill-in guitarist. I just thought these guys were gonna have me for like a certain amount of time, and then I was gonna be on my way. But later, Brett called me and just said, "Hey, Brett, hey man, do you want to be a permanent guitarist?" I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll be it." Yeah. So
the punk version of Right Said Fred, all the models. Because y'all are too sexy for your shirts?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, well, I met Brett while modeling, so that's the difference. But
Does Gerber count?
But
I was in the model.
but yeah. What I thought was just a temporary gig with the band as a fill and guitarist turned out to be a permanent thing, and I'm honestly happy to be a permanent member.
Okay. Back to Brett. What's the difference between your new album and anything previously recorded?
Oh, dude. It's not even close, in my opinion. I think that, well, first, okay, so the Crowbar Situation 2021 was more of a joke. Just like I was me testing out if I could even really write music at that caliber to make it a cohesive project at all.
Okay.
Some of the songs were decent. Some of the songs I still play today. And then so at first I was like, I kind of want to be in other bands, and then my very good friend Jason Amico, he was like, dude, you got something. He's like, I don't say this to everyone. You got something. You should totally keep going. Make something else out. And also that first record, I didn't have any gear. I didn't have like any good amps. I didn't have any good guitars. And at the time I just got out of the military. So I put money off to the side, invested properly, allocated the right funds, got better gear. And the jump from Crowbar Situation to Plump was huge. Plump was the second album that came out in 2023. I took 2 years between, made Plump, a far more cohesive project, a lot closer to Gag. But it still didn't have all of the little things that I needed. Some songs more than others for sure, but Gag, with the help with these guys, it's exactly what I hear in my head. It's exactly the tones, it's exactly the sound. It's as aggressive as I wanted. And for the first time ever did I have this record, and I still listen to Plump or Crowbar and I go, I would change this. I don't like this little thing about it. I want to change. I wish I could go back and change that. For this album, I don't feel that way. It's a heavier, faster, more politically aggressive, direct album. And I think that it kind of encapsulated the way that I have felt in the past few years, being in the very specific American socio-political problem that we have. And Gag is now just so much more high caliber than Plump, so much more high caliber than Crowbar. And like I said, these guys are so much better than me in every way. They make the album beyond what I ever could think.
Awesome. Not that we're going to go in that direction, because I don't do all the taboo topics.
Sure. Absolutely.
But
totally respected.
What direction of, you say political, which direction? So we understand when we listen to it.
So I don't necessarily associate with the right or the left, the conservatives, the liberals, the Republicans or Democrats. I think that the main focus is to talk about the overt hypocrisies in what we see, whether it's in our political system against freedoms, liberties, and that's what I felt very attached to, and I'm scared to see every day. Both sides are equally shit and garbage, in my opinion. I can't stand both of them. All the news, I get nauseous even thinking about it. And and I think that's silent. I think I'm part of the silent majority, and I think that crowd is getting a lot louder. And I think that this two-party system idea is completely. It's going to go away. I think it's going to have to eventually. There's no way we can keep going this way. That's really it.
Okay.
I definitely don't pick a side for sure.
Yeah, just the direction so that we understand where you're going with your music.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say that I disagree with you, so, and we'll leave it at that. Let's see. I know Blake wanted some specific stuff talked about. Let's see.
Ulysses wants to talk.
I guess that took care of that question. So,
What's the question?
go ahead, Ulysses.
I just think it's really cool that when I joined the band, I didn't know too much about Brett and what he stood and what his values were and what kind of direction he wanted to go with his music. I was just kind of seeing it as the opportunity to to play bass with some really cool people and play some punk music, which is what I love to do at the end of the day, right? But once I started to gel with these guys and learn more, and he started to talk to me about what he's writing about, it hit a lot of similar notes with me, because like he said, it's like a silent majority thing. I feel like I too share that same thinking with him. So that's kind of what I want people to listen to for the album. Go in with an open mind, go in with open ears, that we're not in it with the stance per se.
Right.
It's more of just a message of, hey, stuff's happening. You probably want to pay attention, because just stuff's happening. That's it.
You need to get out and vote so you can make it the
Correct.
change.
And one thing that you'll also notice from listening to the record too is multiple times, I mean more than half the songs on the album, I'm first person being something. I'm first person putting myself in the shoes of a school shooter or a military abusing power, or someone losing their mind to the media in general. I try to write from perspectives like that.
Okay.
And we are very I'm very blunt about those things. And I know some of the lyrics are sometimes very distasteful. I know that, but I think that they're very real. And sometimes when I was writing, I started getting into a really dark place, because I'm like, I couldn't imagine actually being here. So that's what most of the album is, kind of from that perspective.
Okay. Awesome.
And at least like for me, because this is like early on when I first started playing with the band. I remember Brett and I, we had a solo practice one night, and then when we were done, we were just talking, and he told me about like the the origin of the band, like what the band, like the direction of the band, and like where it's going, and he even asked me like, hey, if I know we just met, but like I don't know if any of this stuff may offend you, because some people are about politics. It's like, honestly, me, I don't really care about politics. I don't really like getting into the discussion about it. I generally don't care. Just like like Ulysses said, if something's happening in the world, we got to be aware of it. But other than that, is like I just want to jam and have fun, play punk music, and so I feel like that's like one of the reasons why we all vibe really well, is like because I feel like we're all on the same page.
We understand yeah, we're playing shows, but it's like we have a job to do. I feel
Right.
it's a responsibility personally. Brett's talked to me about this too. It's like I've always felt a certain way of stuff's happening in the world, and I want people to be aware, and I always felt sort of stuck, like what could I do? I felt so small and helpless, like what could I do to help kind of bring about change, to help us get in the right direction of where we need to go. And Brett's like, just play music. This is what we got to do. It's like what we do best. It's what we can do. And I kind of was like, you know what, you're right. So I've just committed to that 100%. And I'm really, really excited and happy and blessed to do it with these guys. Because like I said, not only are they such talented musicians and create such amazing music that you're gonna hear on this record, at the end of the day, they're great guys. They're good people, and they stand for what's right. And that's what I feel. We as a band, we stand for what's right at the end of the day, and that's just the message. It's all about the message and the music at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And no matter what your opinion is, if you put it in music, that's your platform. That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Your feelings, your emotions, what you believe in, what you disbelieve in.
Of course.
But don't be. I went to one festival, and the headliner got on stage, or the co-headliner, and just started trash talking, and you're not even from this country. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
shut up and play your music. This
Right.
isn't the platform for that. So if it's a song, fine.
Yeah. of
Make
course.
it a song, because that's what you're here to do.
Right.
Don't preach to me outside of that. If you want to preach to me in a song, make me a killer song that I'm going to love, and
Right.
we'll go from there.
And something that I've noticed too with this record, it was such a passionate album all the way through. Sitting and watching Mikey do the drums. Obviously, we're playing the bass and recording guitar. There were times where I've had the master vocal tracks off, so we're just listening to the music. If you don't care about necessarily the political messages or whatever, I personally believe that the music is fucking killer. The music is fucking amazing. I'm so happy with it. I wouldn't change anything. And I feel like that if you're big into punk, you're gonna like that sound. You're gonna like how hard we're playing, how fast we're playing, and we kind of kept the integrity of the sloppiness and kind of that fun energy. You don't even have to listen to the lyrics and just know them blindly to have fun.
Yeah. This record to me, I was telling Brett like right after, and we were listening to some of the tracks. Like, this is a huge mix between like the stance of like Green Day and everything like that, like politically, but like the music is like driving from Bad Religion, Minor Threat, and Descendants like all into one because of how aggressive and like how groovy it is and how fast it can get it sometimes, and how just it is a great record all the way through musically. And I agree 100%, and that's I just wanted to say like that's what it reminded me of, like Bad Religion, like specifically.
Awesome.
Is what I got.
That's what makes it so exciting too. It's just like this record is just like I mean I keep saying it. That's what makes me so excited about this record, about this project. Is just it's the best of both worlds. You know, it's musically it's fucking incredible, and then the message to, you know, of what we're trying to get out there, of what we want to say to the people, you know, we feel strongly about, and we stand by it 100%. And you know, we're just ready to continue playing shows and continue going as far as we can with this, and hoping that people kind of just hop on board and resonate with it at the end of the day.
Awesome. Well, big shout out to Rat Poison Records for producing your album, right?
They didn't have a huge hand on this one. We talked a while. They didn't have a huge hand on this one. We started going into talking about things once the ball was already rolling with the new album. But they will be making, so starting tomorrow at this record release party at Candy and Records, there's going to be a lot of things there that they are specifically helping out with.
Okay.
Including distribution of CDs and having online links that are going to be at the record shop, morning work, and anyone can go and pre-order an album. They're doing a lot of things for us, and they're being very gracious with it. They're helping so much, and I couldn't be any more grateful for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we also have Mason, who's the videographer and director of In My Bones.
Correct. Mason he was going to make it. He can't. Tomorrow is his birthday, and he's a busy dude. He's still active duty in the military, and there's so much demand for what he's doing, and he just couldn't make it today.
Well, happy birthday to Mason.
Happy birthday, Mason.
And then Carlos is the engineering, mixing, production, and mastering of the album.
Correct. He was also going to be here, but he is still driving from California. He's out in L.A.
Okay.
But
well, stay safe.
Yeah. He was a major contribution to this record. Huge. He is. I told him that he's the only guy I want to work with from here on. Like, I don't want to work with anyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's awesome when you find the bandmates that you brag about the way you brag about, and then your mixer.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, honestly,
if you've got
yeah
the whole package, you know.
I think the music sounded great, and then he touched it, and it's just like it's next level again. So it's like we only can take it so far, and then it's like it's not about the talent that he has behind the computer, which is obviously next level, but I can talk to him. I can, like, we already know where we're at. Like, there's many times where we're recording where he's like, I look at him and he knows, like, yeah, that needs to be louder, this needs to have more low end something, and he's just doing it. Like, we don't have to, that's something you can't find, man. That's just something you can't find.
Right. Definitely somebody
I consider him part of this project as much as honestly any of us. So
okay. Well, speaking of the videographer and director for In My Bones, that's your premiere video that you're so graciously premiering on the interview tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you, because that's, you know.
Absolutely. No,
that's awesome.
This is the first time we're gonna play this music video is gonna be on here, and yeah, you were like the first person to really look at it. So please.
Awesome.
Please, I want everyone here to enjoy it.
Yes, please go into what's the song about?
So the song. So another thing too that it's been And I think another reason why this album is good is because I've talked several times on this album about things I haven't opened up about that I've been keeping to myself. And one of them, I've been having a long medical battle. And I decided to open up about it in this song. And I decided to not only talk about it, but dive into it. And you'll see in this music video that it's a lot. There's a lot going on. It's a very heavy, gross. It's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Graphic.
In this video.
Yeah.
There's
Very
definitely
graphic.
a warning for this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you have a queasy stomach, beware.
Please, I suggested that.
All
sure.
right. So you ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's see. I got it all set up, and we will pull it up right there. Give me that now. So we got Something Outrageous and their new music video premiere right here on the Yeti Radio. Here's In My Bones, the official music video. One minor technical difficulty, and we're rolling.
I see the pictures and it's growing black. Now I wonder if they're calling back. God, if you're real, give me the strength I lack. Cause I'm a little bit carbonated. I'm a little bit fascinated. I'm a little bit dilated. I'm a little bit, and I feel it in my bones. It's in my bones. It's in my bones. Pull it out, pull it out, pull it out. It's in my bones. I saw my name up on the dotted line. I wonder now if it's my final time. God, if you're real, give me a fucking sign. Cause I'm a little bit carbonated. I'm a little bit fascinated. I'm a little bit dilated. I'm a little bit, I can feel it in my bones. It's in my bones. It's in my bones. Pull it out, pull it out, pull it out. It's in my bones.
go. A little bit of feedback at the end there. Sorry about that. That is pretty amazing. It's,
I love that. That's so awesome. How everyone came together for that.
Fast, loud, in your face. Very, very cool.
Thank you. Honestly, a lot of that is obviously the band and Mason and everyone who was a part of that. We had Clayton, we had Youngblood, and we had Katie, Trevor. We had Cole, we had Lucas. We had Trap, we had Gabriel, we had Lauren, we had everyone on that came together really well, and I'm really happy with the way it came out, and I'm happy with everyone's patience. And writing about that song was not easy, and it sometimes it's not easy on stage. Like recently, it's interesting because it hasn't started becoming like emotional until very recently. I wasn't having such an emotional connection until the last couple of shows. I think it's because it's done. It's out there, it's done, it's a thing now, and I start to feel a little bit more like people are seeing this now, the way that I see it. So,
well, and I can personally tell you that the emotional stick of anything also starts to come of age.
Oh, yeah.
Once you start to get a little older, things hit home a little harder. So, and going through this, you're obviously not done.
No.
Yeah.
Still going.
It's a journey. It's not going to be easy, but you seem to be the type of person that you'll be all right.
Well, luckily I'm blessed. I was in the Air Force. I'm 100% service connected for that. So I get to pursue the music. I get to talk, and I have music. That is like the biggest. Whether I'm mad at the government, whether I'm mad at something that happens on TV, whether I'm mad at myself or I'm mad at something I've done or is happening to me, I have music, and the fact that I could compact it into a 3-minute song is really awesome to me. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm happy that I never thought. I'm sure years ago I never thought I would do something like that. So I'm grateful for what I have and that I'm able to fucking make a project, and it's awesome. I couldn't be any more grateful.
Very awesome. Well, thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
You as well. Ranch?
Oh, no, I was in the military.
Oh, you weren't in the military? No?
I was the only one.
Somebody was.
Mikey's dad was.
Oh, okay.
Oh, was he? Navy.
Okay. Awesome. Well, today's the Army birthday. I'm just boasting a little.
I know. No. Well, thank you for your service.
No, yes.
No, actually, funny fact, I actually did contemplate. On joining the military at one point. I wanted to be a Marine, but I don't know. As life went on, like
if you go be a Marine, you can't be a model. So
yeah,
you're gonna lose all your hair.
Yeah, I mean, it was long before I started modeling, but as life went on, I don't know. I started experiencing more things, and don't get me wrong, I have full respect for the military, like in general, but I just didn't really think it was like the kind of life for me. So
okay,
but yeah, at one point in my life, I did want to be a Marine.
Okay, I talked to the Marine recruiter, and then he wouldn't leave me alone, so I didn't go in the Marines because he wouldn't leave me the hell alone. But
yeah, same thing happened to me in high school.
Okay, so you got any pre-show rituals?
Yeah, mostly gay. It's mostly really gay. We don't necessarily have like a pre-show ritual. There's not like something that we do, but I would say primarily, yeah, you're always hungry. But something that we're always doing is, especially Mikey and I, we're about to kiss at any second. I don't know why. Ulysses, I'm trying to sweeten him up into that, and Lexus is kind of off limits. You still new. It's like what you want to say something?
The bromances. You should have a bromance pre-show ritual
before these two tear into each other. If I get the opportunity, I always like to hit the gym on the day of a show. I like to get in there and get a good pump in, listen to some music, and just it helps me lock in and feel good. I'm really passionate about fitness as well. I always try to, whenever I can, get in the gym, and it's one of those outlets that I have too, along with the music, that kind of helps helps me ease my mind and helps me take care of things mentally. But other than that, like these guys said, I need to have a good meal before I eat, because before I play a show.
So note
That's
to Brett,
also though true. That's true. I like to have a pre-meal before my real meal.
Okay.
Those who know me know me. No. But
note to Brett, he needs to make sure he schedules the band to play at venues that have kitchens.
I usually do a good job of just getting my own stuff, but I feel like I go so hard on stage. If I don't have something in my stomach, I get nauseous afterwards, and yeah. I'm sure these guys feel the same too, but.
Well, if that's any evidence of it, and I was at the Starlight, so yeah, all of you, Mikey maybe not, but everybody else needs to eat before the show.
Actually, the weirdest thing is
I'm not eating before the show.
Yeah, actually, the weirdest thing is I'm a little bit the opposite. I mean, yeah, I snack on something, but I don't have like a full course meal. I kind of like to save for like after the show, because I don't know. At least like for me, eating a full meal after a show, whether it's like by myself or with the band or with friends, just I don't know. It just feels real good. It feels like I deserve this. Like, I deserve this meal because I just worked my ass off on that stage just now. But as far as like a pre-show ritual, I don't really do anything. But what I always do is I kind of like to study the atmosphere, like the crowd. If there's a band going on before us, I study how they're revving up the crowd. I study the stage. I see what I'm about to get myself into. Even if I've been to the venue before, if it's a new place that I haven't been, I kind of like to explore around a little bit. Kind of see where everything is, and at least like I know like what spot I'm gonna be on the stage. So like I kind of wonder like, do I want to bring my wireless kit on? Do I always want to use my cable? Do I want to go off stage? What do I want to do? But I get all that mentally prepared even before I go on stage. And by the time at any show you see me go on stage, I already know what I'm about to do. I already have my own personal game plan.
Awesome. So explain what GAG is.
GAG. GAG stands for governments or gangs, which is definitely the moral of the album. Most of the songs on the album, I would probably 9 out of the 12, 8 of the 12 are directly about the government, some way, shape, or form, or adjacent to the media.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So like gang is in not like a street gang, but as in organized crime family gang.
I mean, yeah, they take our money and they do whatever they want with it.
Right.
Sometimes they kill
$124
people
billion
with
to the Ukraine.
Yeah, they take our money and they kill people with it.
Right.
In my opinion, that is a gang. And that's where it starts. That's like the on the face. That doesn't include all that's going behind the scenes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even get us started on.
Yeah. We'll leave all that stuff alone.
Yeah. Listen to the album. Especially there's some songs on Plump that we talk about. Perfect World You Die is very directly about how I feel about some of those things. And all over, even on the Crowbar situation, there's some political songs. Please go listen to those things.
Absolutely. GAG is out tomorrow, people.
GAG is out tomorrow.
Check it out. You took down your original Spotify, and it'll be up as...
Correct. So it was Brett Fox and Something Outrageous because the origin of the band was me trying to sell... I wanted to make commercials. Okay. And I started to make a name, and I was like, oh, Brett Fox. Then you need a band name, and I was like, okay, and Something Outrageous. So I kept it, and I continued, but now I realized that under the wrong context, it sounds like I'm either egotistical or I'm not up to date with the band. So I changed.
This thought did cross my mind. No offense.
Hey, no, trust me. That's why we had to do it. I'm like, we got to do it now.
We'll give a couple of quick shout outs over on YouTube. John Chavez has got a couple of comments.
John.
Gustavo Duarte Jr.
John Gustavo. See, Spaniards.
CC's videos. Let's see. Trevor Orr and Tommy Mata. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Yeti Radio. Thanks for joining us. These guys are awesome. Now, I want to ask what your favorite venue to play is, but I don't know how many venues you've actually played.
I mean, we've all probably played in different venues with different bands. I played at a music festival in California back in 2015. That was like the coolest and biggest one I've ever played at. But
Locally.
honestly, Starlight Lounge is like my favorite. I like the Starlight Lounge a lot. I like the way it's set up. I like their sound guy. I like Jeff. I just like that venue. I just like it a lot.
Right. It's a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
for sure.
easy.
Oh yeah.
You know, I've never seen any issues or anything.
The stage
over
is
there.
great. The sound is phenomenal. It has everything you really want at it. I like the Starlight Lounge a lot.
Yeah, the Starlight Lounge is great. I really love the drum riser that they have.
Okay,
It opens it up for us and puts Mikey up there so everyone could see how good he looks when he's drumming. But another shout out, personal. I really like the Rock down in Tucson.
Okay.
We played out.
Been
We played
there.
out there, and
Oh yeah, the Rock. Yeah.
the Rock is fun. We like the Rock because it nice big stage.
Huge.
Good sound guy too. Great sound guy, and then and it's a good vibe out there. And we'll actually be back at the Rock next month, the 5th
Awesome.
of July. We'll be there. So
That
follow.
is not true. I messed up.
It's not true.
I messed
Scratch that.
up. Scratch that.
My sources were wrong.
I just found that out today, actually.
Oh, okay.
For me, yeah, same Starlight. I love the atmosphere of it. They just draw an amazing crowd. Like, it looks amazing. The moment you walk in, you know something amazing is about to happen. But aside from them, I love Rebel Lounge. You know, I'm 27 right now, but I've been going to Rebel since I just turned 21. I played there once, but it's just like a really fun place for me to go to. And if we're talking like bigger venues, I love the Marquee Theater. I almost played there one time, but I just like going there in general. Like, I just, you know, like they host like so many amazing events. I've been to so many concerts and like just different events there that they held, and like, I've never left like disappointed like one time. You know, I've always like went back wondering like, hey, when's the next one? Like, when's the next event? You know.
Awesome.
Mikey wants to say his favorite.
Yes, Mikey.
I have one. Sorry. It would be for me personally, I mean, I was going to say the Rebel Lounge, but I remembered that I played the Upstairs Nile, and that is personally my favorite, and I'm trying to get us to play there again.
absolutely play there.
I've always wanted to play there.
But yeah, we played there. I played there years ago, but that's personally my favorite.
That's a great place.
And then the underground too is really, if you want like a condensed version of that, for like more like underground shows.
Yeah, that's definitely a
Underground.
shrunken version.
Yeah.
The old vocalist from one of my past bands used to work there as a sound guy, so I got into every show for free.
What Lexus
Nice.
said was that he doesn't care, and he didn't ask.
I actually really want to play at the oh fuck, what's the 7-Eleven would be sick. What's the one that's in the basement? It's in downtown Phoenix.
Oh, Valley Bar.
I really want to play at Valley Bar.
Yeah.
I really like to play there.
I've been there. That's really nice.
Yeah, I kind of want to play there too. I haven't played there. Crescent Ballroom is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, Starlight Lounge is my personal favorite.
I personally want to play at the Van Buren.
Yeah,
Well,
I want to headline Coachella.
Oh yeah,
hopefully.
but that's doable.
We're talking about not doable things.
so if you were gonna go play anywhere in the world,
On the
like,
world.
I say
North Korea, that'd be sick. That'd be fucking sick.
Oh, you ain't coming back.
That'd be sick. We should just
Well,
set
no.
up
So
right
long
there.
as you go in legally, you can come out. It's the people that go in illegally. You know?
Hopefully.
Well, as long as you don't do anything,
Personally,
as long as you don't do something outrageous while you're there.
yeah, yeah. Personally, I'd want to play at Brett's house. That's my personal.
Don't
that's
you
wh-
play there already?
That I want to play there. No, there's I don't know what my Stonehenge.
Okay. Stonehenge. Oh, wow.
You know-
Fucking amazing,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Didn't Incubus play there one time?
Stonehenge.
Yeah,
Stonehenge?
yeah. Or was that Red Rocks?
Well, probably
It
Red
looks
Rock.
like Stonehenge. Yeah, no. Stonehenge would be sick. The North Pole.
I don't know. Do they have shows at Stonehenge?
I don't know. I hope so. But I would want to play there.
That would
I
be
just want to
cool.
set up a stage in the middle of all the rocks and just play there.
Right?
That'd be sick.
You know the Marianas Trench? We want to play east of that. I don't even know.
You guys talk about places
No.
that never come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
triangle in the sea. What's it
Oh, the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah. We're going to play in the triangle. You know that triangle? You know that big old triangle in the water? Yeah.
So, what's your favorite song right now of yours?
Oh, of mine?
What,
Off the new record.
Yeah, I want to know what they're
your favorite song to play of your band?
to play live.
Ooh, okay. That is tough. I'll let Mikey go first.
Why? Why me? I was gonna think while you guys. I usually go last.
He already has the mic.
Damn. Okay. Probably it's a tie between I'll Die Young and Everyone Dies.
Oh, everyone does.
Yeah. Tie between the two.
Okay.
I can't play. I can't play Everyone Dies live because I'm screaming. So I put my guitar down and we just one guitar. Yeah, that's a fast song. My favorite song to probably play is
Well, play, sing, perform.
I kind of like Can You Hear Me because it's if you get the right crowd, people really like that song, and it's really we like to engage with people in that song. How About You is pretty good though too. Yeah. How about opening up with How About You? It hits hard, it's fast, it's everything you want.
There's a new song that we've just played at a couple recent shows. It's called I Need More. It's off the new album. It's a fast, in-your-face punk song, and it's super fun to play. I'm really proud of that one specifically. And then, like you said, How About You is also a really good one. And then Bad Crash Aftermath Part 2 just goes so hard. And it's the second, usually it's been the second to last song in our recent sets that we've been playing. And I think it's just so good. That's all I have to say about that.
Awesome.
For me, it's Everyone Dies because you easily just get a mosh pit started with that one. It's nice and fast and yeah, right. Yeah, Brett will jump in. Not gonna lie. And what's the other one? In My Perfect World. Yeah, Perfect World. Yeah, that one.
Awesome. So, if you could collaborate with anybody,
Oh, man, wait, like, do they like by anybody? You mean like in the punk genre or just anybody in general?
who do you want to collaborate?
Outrageous featuring like
Oh man, that's a good question. I would say, man, there's a lot of great bands. Actually, you guys go first. I need time to think.
It'd be kind of cool to see like something outrageous featuring Ray Charles. He's dead.
Yeah.
He's been dead for a minute.
Yeah.
No, man. I think like
Alan Jackson.
Alan Jackson. I don't know. I feel like that. Like, what's a? Ooh, you know who would actually be kind of sick to have?
Nugent.
I think like Henry Rollins would be a cool like feature on one of our songs. I feel like he'd fit in really well.
Yelling.
Yeah, he just screamed.
Nice.
Personally, I stick with vocals because they're obviously the most. I don't want another drummer in there, so I would say Ian McKay, Fugazi, and Minor Threat,
Yeah, but if we could bring Neil back and you could sit
Neil,
down and and
I would
learn how to do 360. Come on.
He could play anything, man. He is the professor. If we're saying dead, I would probably say like Alan Jackson or the Pope. Yeah, I would say the Pope.
We got something outrageous featuring the Pope.
Something outrageous featuring
That's outrageous.
That's outrageous.
President Henry Howard Taft. Is it Ford?
No. Taft is like, I don't even know where he is. He's in the middle. He's in the middle of that list. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I want to say for me, I would say.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I say Evanescence.
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 She comes up.
Oh wait, actually, huh?
Amy Lee.
Yeah, Amy Lee. Yeah, and I'll say Evanescence. Hold up, Paramore. Yeah, and Baby Metal. Baby Metal. I would love to see how that would go down.
That would be insane. Something outrageous featuring Baby Metal.
So if you're writing a song and you get writer's block, what do? How do you conquer that? Is there anything you do, or is it just time, or?
That's happened a lot. So what's funny is, in my bones specifically, I had like the idea, and I started that song. I said I'm going to talk about what I'm going through, and I said I want it to be fun but a little unsettling sounding, punk, and I want it to go fast and slow, but I didn't have like a direction how I wanted to go about it. So I had that like in the vault for about a couple years, and I finally just one day I got some news about what was going on with me, and I was pissed off. I wrote those lyrics in one go. I didn't change any of those words from the original words at all. So sometimes it just takes putting it off to the side and letting it sit until you get hit with the right media, the right thing to happen to you to get inspired to talk about it again. But that's an example. I usually just put it down and walk away, and then I find something else that is more inspired by.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have here? Because we covered quite a bit of it automatically, which is always really cool because it makes my job a lot easier. But then I have to figure out what we haven't covered.
Hell yeah.
What is?
Fuck yeah.
What's your hardest song to play?
Everyone Dies for me because I can't play it while I sing because it's just too fast, and it's like the vocals are at a different pace in the guitar. If it was like na 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 na, if the lyrics were going with it, it would be easier. But it's on a different cadence entirely.
Oh wow.
But I would say Everyone Dies is the hardest one to play. But if I was playing a song and I still have to play it, like it's like difficult to play. Bad Crash Aftermath Part 2 does this thing where it does an ascending chord progression that you're ascending up every chord off of the A, and when you're singing and if you're timing it right, the entire the pace of the song changes. So live I do get tripped up a little bit doing that transition, and then it goes into the dun 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 dun. Yeah. So it changes a few times. There's different speeds. There's different parts of that song. I do get tripped up on that one sometimes.
Okay.
Someone else answer.
Yeah, Everyone Dies for sure. Since I'm the one who takes over guitar for Brett on that one. It's actually like the fastest song we got, and honestly, like halfway through the song, I'm not gonna lie, my arm does get a little bit tired, but I still manage to like just pull through. And on top of that, especially I would say like the very beginning when we start is sometimes like the hardest because like it's like going like a super fast tempo, and although I know it by heart now, it's like every once in a while it still kind of like slips away from me. But you know, again, thanks to Mikey being the best drummer in the whole fucking world, he helps me keep track of that.
Really
right.
off on that one.
Ulysses still can't figure out which one's harder
you.
for him.
The hardest one for me to play is none of them. I'm just kidding. No, it's actually Bad Crash Part 2.
Yeah.
Because of the solo,
Right.
and then also going back into the beat is pretty tedious when you're playing it live in a full set, especially
Right.
when it's at the end. when we play Everyone Dies before that, and we don't really have a break. It gets my wrists get a little.
I don't know if you guys feel this way, but toward Blue Subaru, I get fatigued at the end.
Yeah.
Because it's so well, it slows down and then we double time and it slows down and then it's double time for 3 fucking whole things, and it's just like, I'm just like, yeah, and then I love that one too. What do you got? What do you think is the hardest one?
I was also thinking about Blue Subaru, that ending part where we go really fast. I think also I need more to some extent depending on how fast we're playing it. There's this new song on the upcoming record called Unknown, and I do a little bit of a slap style on that where I'm not picking, I'm doing some slapping, and that one can get a little bit difficult because we want to pick up the tempo on that one as well. And just going from the picking to the slapping, it's still something that I'm trying to figure out live because I'm just so used to using a pick live right now. But that one is really fun. I can't wait for people to start jamming out to that one specifically.
What? Because I'm in the process of learning some bass stuff, just for hobby purposes. Because I've already got, I've got way too much stuff going on to even think about it. But how fast? What's the fastest you play on any song? Quarters, sixteenths, 30 seconds.
Definitely, we have some songs like Blue Subaru, where I follow the guitar, and it's I would say
That's triplet. That's
six tuplets, 16th note triplets.
Okay.
And then I would say when I'm just playing straight 16ths the whole time, Everyone Dies is straight 16th notes the whole time going between 2 strings. That riff is really fun to play specifically.
on the master track of Everyone Dies for the guitar track. It's doing something a little. The guitar is doing something a little different than the bass. I don't know if you can hear it. I know if you're listening to it, you can, but Ulysses is going just a steady da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, but at the chorus, I'm doing like a almost like a, what is that fucking called? It's like a horse, like a galloping thing going on, and then it goes back into the normal verse. And I think that dissonance actually sounds really nice, and that's still hard to do when you're going 100 miles an hour and then it just stops and it changes. I love doing that. I love writing the type of shit like that. It's so much fun. I would say that the thing is Mikey is primarily responsible for that guitar. He was like, I have this idea, let's throw this on there, and he had this riff. All I really did was just add maybe a different part to it, and it was primarily all him.
Lowered it to like a different octave. Yeah, because I was listening to a lot of Offspring during that time, and then I was at work, and I was like, oh, there's a song that they have that it'd be sick if we had something like that where it kind of stops, and then it goes back, and then that's constant throughout the song. So I had this idea in my head, and then during the chorus, or no, after the chorus, it's that Offspring style, like pause and then back into it, and then pause and then back into it. I love that song.
Yeah, the only thing that I contributed at all really was when he played it for the first time was at Guitar Center, and I was like, I heard exactly what I was going to write about. It's obviously this is going to be an aggressive song about war, and that was like, and I didn't look back at it. I wrote those lyrics pretty quick too, and like I didn't really change many things at all, maybe except for the how many syllables I needed, but that was pretty much it.
Is that going to be the album cover?
No, the album cover is I did not sadly I didn't send that to you, but no, the album cover, it's like a room that's like on fire, and it's like it's so I love. There's a TV that says gag just like that. All of our posts on Instagram recently, we've been kind of cluing in for the past few months that we're going to drop this project by at the end of it. We would leave a little tube TV with the word gag in it.
Okay.
And
I did see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So gag comes out tomorrow, a particular time?
I think it drops at midnight. I'm not gonna lie.
So midnight tonight.
Midnight tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna be out carrying up in Phoenix tonight, probably around that time. Not too hard for tomorrow, but yeah, we're gonna leave no man behind.
It'll be everywhere tomorrow.
Yes, everywhere, all streaming platforms tomorrow.
Okay.
And then,
awesome.
and then In My Bones music video will probably drop closer to 6 p.m. ish.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Absolutely.
If it all follows the video, I think you personally think you got something going.
Absolutely. And we're also saying, too, for the first time here, that we will be doing a music video for Everyone Dies. That is already in the works, too. And that one should be just as fun as In My Bones, in my opinion.
Awesome. And you have a release show tomorrow.
Release show tomorrow is at Candy and Records. We have Rad Stacy opening up for us at 6:30, and then we have Arsenic Kitchen, who is also with Rat Poison Records, going to be playing at 7:30, and then we have us playing at 8:30 till whenever it stops. So we're gonna play the entire album from beginning to end.
Okay.
Which is in order. So that's gonna be. I think that's cool. I never did that with any of my other albums. It's a
That's very
cohesive
cool.
project. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it. And then we're at the very end. We're gonna throw in a few more just for good measure.
Just for shits and giggles.
Just for shits.
For shits and gigs.
Just for shits and gigs. Yeah.
And where's it at again? Where's it?
That's at Candy and Records in
Candy-
Glendale,
in
Phoenix.
Glendale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Candy and Records in Glendale.
Hell yeah.
So show starts at 6:30.
And it's
Rad
also
Stacy, who's amazing as well.
phenomenal band.
And
Phenomenal
Arsenic
band.
Kitchen.
Big shout out Rad Stacy.
That's you guys. That's one hell of a show. Just saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If tomorrow wasn't my son's birthday,
You'd be there. Either like swimwear.
yeah, well, I'm gonna have show up in a. Never mind. All right, everybody. This is Something Outrageous. Brett, Michael, Ulysses, and Lexus, right here in the Yeti Radio, in the Backstage Lounge. We're gonna close out tonight. As soon as I can find my pointer.
There she is.
Oh, this is Everyone Dies from Something Outrageous, right here on the Yeti Radio.
Ammunition on vacation. You sit there and wait your turn. Obliteration, observation. You sit there and watch your building burn. Wake up to the sounds of kids being blown up high from the fucking sky. Everyone fucking dies. My machine is bigger than yours. More of the people suffer money than yours. The smell of blood and burning bodies normal now. Now you actually losing your pathetic mind. Wake up to the sounds of kids being blown up high from the fucking sky. Everyone fucking dies. Wake up to the sounds of kids being blown up high from the fucking sky. Everyone fucking dies. Everyone dies. Everyone dies. Everyone dies. Everyone dies.
See Yeti Radio with Something Outrageous in the Backstage Lounge. Thank you for joining us, and hope everybody has a great weekend. Come see the show tomorrow, and get this album, because this is going to be fucking crazy. I'm telling you. You heard it first right here on the Yeti Radio, including the music video. That doesn't happen all the time, so thank you very much. I'm honored. And
The Yeti. The Yeti. The Yeti.
Can you dig it?
The Yeti.
Can you dig it?
The Yeti.
Can you dig it?
The Yeti. Welcome to the YetiRadio.com.
Now, the rest of the story.